In the endless summer of 1990, the 14th FIFA World Cup competition provoked a mass pilgrimage of footballers, fans and journalists to Italy. The setting could not have been more apt. With the strength of its domestic league, its long international traditions and its willingness to invest in football, Italy had become the spiritual home of the modern game. Among the first to arrive were the West German team, only fourth favourites behind Italy, Brazil and Holland, despite their astonishing record of consistency in World Cup finals. Twice winners, 3 times runners-up and 3 times semi-finalists. Perhaps it was the burden of history on Franz Beckenbauer, who had captained his country to World Cup victory in 1974. To win as manager would be an unprecedented feat. The tournament would also be a media event of unparalleled proportions, and more than 7,000 journalists and photographers accredited. Although a few press came expecting trouble, Ferdinando Mezzalani hoped that the players and not the police would provide the best photographs. With more than 200,000 supporters travelling, the risks were high, but none arrived with more good humour than the Irish. To this, their country's first ever finals, the 20,000 Irish fans brought both a determination to enjoy themselves and to be enjoyed by others. Que sera, sera. And while the tournament's referees dutifully inspected the places of worship,
not as good as Wembley.
Not as good?
Wembley is beautiful now.
I think so.
Oh, fantastic.
His Holiness the Pope came to bless them, knowing that for 4 weeks, Catholicism would have to take a back seat to the world's foremost religion. After the official welcomes from FIFA's President Havelange and Italy's Prime Minister Andreotti, the festival commenced. Argentina, the champions of 1986, were still led by their tiny maestro Diego Maradona. Would age and a succession of injuries diminish his magical powers? Cameroon soon showed that they would be a test for anybody. Undefeated in the 1982 tournament, they were now as fit, skillful and as hard as any European or South American side. In the 67th minute, 5 minutes after his brother had been sent off, Oman Biik produced a stupendous salmon leap which left Pompidou handling the ball as if it were a wriggling fish. The world champions were a goal down. Cameroon's celebrations reflected the team's amazement. The speed of Claudio Caniggia was Argentina's main threat, until Benjamin Massing invited him to try it without legs. Maradona made sure there would be a second red card for Cameroon. The 38-year-old veteran Roger Mila was brought on to keep Argentina occupied. And an astonishing victory was secured. Maradona sought consolation in hailing the result as a symbolic defeat for racism. But those who patronized Cameroon did so at their peril. Another victory over Romania, 2 goals from Mila, took them to the second round for a match against the uncertain talents of Colombia in Naples. But as a stalemate developed, the old warhorse Mila was sent into battle again. While one Colombian fan invoked ancient South American gods to help his team. The game now needed extra time to find a quarter-finalist. The pressure built. especially on Colombia's eccentric keeper René El Loco Higuita. While European managers agonized over their defensive systems, Higuita's solution was to double up as an occasional sweeper. In the group match against West Germany, Higuita's antics had only just escaped punishment, with the referee coming to his rescue. But when Mila finally put Cameroon ahead in the second period of extra time with a typically forceful finish, Higuita simply became a time bomb waiting to go off in the Colombian defense. In the 108th minute, he finally exploded into action. Mila blasted the ball home, and the only shrapnel was the egg on Higuita's face. While Mila wiggled, Higuita squirmed. The Cameroonians celebrated just as they played, and despite a late Colombian goal, they became the first African side ever to reach the quarter-finals of the World Cup. While football may remember Higuita's bizarre exploits with a smile, they will be the stuff of nightmares for his teammates. For the Italian squad, the challenge was to make the dreams of their 60 million fans reality. Gianluca Vialli, the muscular striker for Sampdoria, was their main hope for goals in the first game. Although Austria had the prolific Tony Polster to threaten, Italy attacked from the start, in dazzling contrast to their usual caution. Vialli was soon risking his expensive legs. Italy's approach work was thrilling, but Napoli's Carnevale squandered chances. His replacement by the virtually unknown Sicilian Schillaci seemed a desperate gamble. Schillaci had had just one successful year in the top flight with Juventus and little international experience. But it took him just 3 minutes to shake off obscurity forever. Italy had found a savior in Salvatore.
We're 1,000 miles away from the dawning of the day. The die is cast.
In their next match, they faced the Americans. Already thrashed 5-1 by the Czechs, the Americans had little more than the credibility of their status as 1994 hosts to play for. Encouraged by Italy's fluent style in the opening game, a huge domestic TV audience tuned in, while Ferdinando and his colleagues loaded up to capture the expected goal rush. The challenge for American goalkeeper Tony Mueller was double-edged. How could he possibly please his Italian father?
We will live, we will die beneath the flag.
Mueller had little chance with Giannini's superbly taken goal after just 11 minutes. And when Berti won a penalty in the 33rd minute, it seemed the avalanche was crashing around Mueller's head. But the goalpost saved Vialli's penalty, and Italy's swagger lost its confident stride.